Hi. Welcome back if you've already been here with our collective community. Welcome if you are new. My name is Brini, the anartchemist. We're going to do things a bit different this time around, and we're going to do a pick a deck reading where you decide what your message is. You're going to use your own intuition to decide on a deck, and though more than one deck may resonate with you, you're going to utilize your breath and your intention to choose one. And then if you want to watch every message to see if any of that resonates with you, you have the free will to do so. But that's how we're going to do this reading. It's just going to be what Spirit has for you at this time. And yeah, let's get it. All right, so if you picked deck number 1, let's get your messages. Spirit, what are the messages for those who have chosen deck number 1? What are the messages from this deck? Thank you all for being here. I appreciate your presence. Okay. And one more. Thank you, Spirit. All right, if you have chosen deck number 1, we have reminiscing. So recent messages of ours could have resonated with you where there is an energy of missing someone, reminiscing on the good times, looking at old photos, nostalgia. I do feel intensely in my shoulders this energy. So you may be carrying a bit too much when it comes to your past and what you've experienced in it. Yeah, that word dwelling, I didn't even look at it. You may be dwelling on something from the past that you're meant to release at this time. We have earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. This could be any one of your placements, anywhere where that earth energy is prominent enough to affect your daily life, is how that looks for me when it comes to signs. You could just be or being called to be in a very earthly energy where you're grounding yourself. Get out into nature, speak to the trees, sit with them, put your feet in some grass or some sand, any naturally occurring substance. There's a divine masculine energy here, whether this is you or someone you're dealing with. But a true divine masculine in their power and in balance has to be grounded. Okay? This is the energy of protection, provision, action, rationality, being practical, being more logical. But it's not only logic. It's just the sense of taking a survey, taking an inventory of all that's going on and being able to make the best decision. And maybe someone decided that the best decision was to leave, was to disappear, was to walk away. This says disappearing, cold and distant, no contact, leaving behind. So whether you are this divine masculine or you were dealing with this divine masculine energy, it seems like at least in the past, there was a pattern of walking away. I'm hearing leaving, fleeing. I feel like if this was someone who was in this energy when it came to you, they're now in an energy of appreciation. They're now in an energy of appreciating your patience, appreciating you for all you are, appreciating the fact that you didn't pressure them like other people. You didn't chase them like other people. You didn't force them to be something that they weren't quite ready to be. You always brought the good vibes. You were always showing up in love. I feel like this is an energy where they want to let you know this. I'm looking at the hands over this figure's heart. I feel like they want to be able to speak from the heart when it comes to how they feel about you, how they appreciate what you've done or what you've said, or there's something significant about the month of June. These messages are timeless, so apply what resonates. It could be a birth month, could be the month of some sort of significant event, some sort of change. June could have been when someone left. I feel like you both have very prominent earthly aspects, very prominent earthly energy. You both know who you are. You're both grounded in who you are. You're both very self-advocating. You could both be reminiscing. Or if you resonate as the divine feminine energy, this could be you. Viewer or your person, or both of you could be rereading conversations, looking at photos and videos. For some of you, not all of you, there is an energy of someone from the past still in this reminiscent energy where you want nothing to do with them. They are constantly watching, constantly gazing, constantly hoping and wishing you would come back and have a change of heart, I'm hearing. But they don't realize that you were showing up the entire time from your heart space. So you decided to make a mind over heart decision. I feel like someone thought they had you on puppet strings. Someone thought that you were going to continue to stay around for this inconsistent behavior. Not everyone leaves with good intent. You know, they say if you love the flower, you should leave it alone instead of picking it up. That's not where everyone is coming from. Some people do it to manipulate. I'm picking up on an energy where they were a distorted divine masculine, where it was a game. They were toying with you. They were in and out just to keep you on your toes, keep you in high emotion, to continue to feed off your reactions, to make it hard for you to respond. Instead of showing up with these big feelings, it made them feel cared about. It made them feel loved when you would get angry, when they would disappear. It made them feel seen and powerful when you would double text or blow their phone up or crash out, whatever the case may be. You're just not there anymore for some of you. For others of you, you are thinking about yourself, thinking about you. You're dwelling on who you are and who you've been. And you're proud of yourself. You've come to a place where you are grounded, where the sun is shining upon you and your life. You could be seeing whimsical things like mushrooms and fireflies and beautiful flowers you've never seen before, birds you've never heard before. And it's because your inner divine masculine energy has allowed you to frolic. You're protected. Your whimsical energy is no longer up for grabs. You're no longer just giving it out. So it's not available for anyone to siphon anymore. You've been in a very rational headspace. So you could have decided to go no contact with someone. Forgiveness does not always mean reconnection. You're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying your own good vibes. You know, sometimes when we're so into someone, we're really so into our own reflection. We're really into ourselves, not out of smug energy or even narcissism, but because we bring the light. Because all the times we were thinking, oh, they're so funny, it was us that told the joke. All the times we were thinking, oh, they care so much, they know me so well, it was us. Sometimes you fall in love with your own reflection. It's not really the other person mirroring you. It's simply someone showing up in your life to serve as a mirror to show you who you truly are. Not that they are matched or aligned, but that they were there to show you you're everything. You have everything you need. You were always worthy of love. You were always worthy of respect. There's a sense of appreciation here when it comes to self. And once you really get in that mode, you're able to align with other people who are also in appreciation of you, who don't really show up to take from you, who don't show up expecting you to add to their lives and heal them and make their lives better. They've already done that for themselves. They simply want to share space with you and enjoy you because you're in the same mode. You know, it's like you're on the same highway, but you're in different lanes. So there may be someone outside of you, collective community, who wants to express their love to you. I am picking up on several energies. Some people want to express their love, also known as the void they feel because they no longer have access to your energy. They no longer have the means to manipulate you. Where others of you, someone genuinely wants to express how loved you are, how lovable you are, how you are just a good time, how you make things better. They want to let you know, they want to express this. And this isn't something you need to wait for. It's going to come in divine timing. And in the meantime, continue to appreciate yourself. Continue to affirm yourself and enjoy your solitude. Invest in the good vibes. Continue to be action oriented when it comes to the things that are aligned with you, when it comes to your joy, when it comes to your happiness. Stay in gratitude, collective community, overall. If you chose this deck, you chose change, I feel like. You chose the hard thing. You chose to walk away from what no longer serves, whether it was a romantic partner, family, friends, jobs. You realized where the irrationality was, where the dysfunction was. You put you first. You were thinking of you when you made these changes. And that's exactly why Spirit is going to bless you in the ways that you're going to be blessed. Because loving you is loving God. And you were never meant to be used. You were never meant to be manipulated and silenced and discarded. Not in the sense that you thought. It was not a worth issue. It was an experience thing. It was meant to gift you wisdom. It was meant for you to start leaning on your own intuition. It was meant to show you discernment. Lessons learned and applied become wisdom. You can learn the same lesson over and over again. When you don't apply it, you won't change it. So congratulations, collective community, on applying what you've learned and changing your life. I am genuinely always wishing you all well, in accordance with your highest good. Never shoot the messenger, because my ancestors will take care of you. And until next time in divine time, peace. All right. If you have chosen deck number 2, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Spirit of all that is pure, true, and divine, what are the messages for group 2? Okay. You know, that's interesting. I keep seeing the word songbird or the phrase songbird. Some of you could be singers. And one more. Okay. All right. What I'm immediately getting, collective community, is you are in a space where you are operating from your solar plexus. You could be experiencing bloating or stomach aches. Your stomach's been gurgling or growling when it makes no sense. You've already eaten and it's making noise, or, you know, you didn't necessarily eat something that would upset your stomach. It's the energy moving within your body. We are energy and spirit before we are physical form. Some of you could need to balance your solar plexus, practice willpower, practice determination, practice following through on a thing. You have the firefly energy. If you feel guided, you may need to also watch the first deck, because I was picking up on very whimsical energy, and I did say you could be seeing fireflies. There are never any coincidences over here, y'all. Something's been bothering you. You could be dealing with itchy skin. I feel like you're experiencing a lot of upgrades energetically, and your body is just doing its best to process these changes. It has something to do with your lower chakras. You're kind of evolving out of survival mode. You're evolving out of needing to live from your lower chakras, from your lower vibrations, your lower energies. They all have a place. They all have a use. But when you can't move past your solar plexus into your heart space, you do get stuck in scarcity. You do get stuck in survival. I feel like some of you have yet to express something, and it's because you need to clear your heart out. You need to practice forgiveness for yourself. Some of you enjoy singing and you're not singing enough. Or some of you, even if singing is not your passion or you're not necessarily good at it, when you're happy and you're joyful, you sing a lot. You sing in the shower, you sing when you're doing work around the house. You're just always singing or reciting lyrics or something. And maybe you're wondering when you stop doing that. I'm hearing, when did life get so bad that I stopped being cheerful? When did life get so hard that I stopped singing or speaking in silly accents? I feel like you have people on the other side watching over you at all times. But as it was said in a recent personal reading for me, all of our ancestors are not benevolent. I feel like some of you have some people on the other side that are seeking to siphon your energy. And it may not be malevolent. It may not be with ill intention. It may just be that they are utilizing your energy to fill themselves. You know, when we make offerings to our ancestors, we also have to establish boundaries, because otherwise they will quite literally be living vicariously through you. So keep that in mind. We have the unicorn card. Some of you could be having very vivid dreams and visions. Please don't ignore those. Pay close attention to the things that spirit is showing you, because though it may not be fully literal, it is definitely relevant. You're needing to utilize your gift of sight, utilize your mind's eye to show you how it is you need to continue moving forth in your life. You know, the things that make us uncomfortable are the very things that help us to grow. Everything can't always be sunshine, rainbows, and fireflies and whimsy. You know, when we keep ignoring the things that are irritating and agitating us, we prevent the transmutation and the alchemy from occurring. This is the element of spirit. This is the be all end all. Spirit knows what you do not, so utilize this information that you're receiving. Ask for clarity. Where is this anger really coming from? Spirit, God, ancestors, angels. What is my nervous system trying to tell me? What has my intuition been trying to show me that maybe I have been ignoring? What is it about this current life I'm living that is not in alignment with my highest good and my highest self? Ask the questions. These are the animal spirits, and humans are animals too. Keep your eyes open for what nature is showing you as well. The birds that are singing to you, the trees that are providing shade for you, the bugs that you're seeing. Look up these animals, look up these happenings. You know, what does it mean if a squirrel crosses my path? And you know, people will, oh, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that a squirrel crossed your path. I mean, hey, to each their own. But I am a firm believer that coincidences do not exist. And if you are someone that seeks meaning, you seek knowledge, you seek higher understanding, maybe you've been seeking out the occult, seeking out the unseen and the hidden, it's everywhere around you every day. You have the opportunity to dive in deeper every day. So continue to do so if you already have, and if you haven't, this is a prompt to do so. Some of you are seeing blue jays, I'm hearing. What do those mean for you? Some of you have been seeing eagle symbolism, especially with the 4th of July. Keep in mind these messages are timeless, but I will speak on any present time circumstances that affect the message. It has something to do with freedom, because I'm hearing this song by MIA, the same one who did Paper Planes. I think the song is called Freedom, but it has something to do with how you felt constricted in your life. Your emotions can control you if you allow it. But know that your anger is sacred. Your rage is sacred. Where have you found injustice within your life or other people's lives? And what can you do about it? Maybe there's something you know you need to speak up on and you haven't. Maybe there's something that you've seen or experienced and you know it's wrong, but you've been trying to keep your peace. Baby, that don't always work. Avoidance is not a solution. It's very temporary, that peace that you experience when you don't say something that you feel strongly. Mercury retrograde may be assisting you in your ability to articulate these things. All the rewords of revisiting and revising and reworking and redoing does not mean that you should halt. Mercury is about communication. It's about correspondence. It's about you and them. It's about you and the other, as within, so without. Micro and macro. How are things intertwining? How are they working together? What does it all mean? I'm hearing mind your tongue. You could have been raised in a household or with people who didn't allow you to express yourself. You know, if you began to express any emotions like sadness or frustration or disappointment or anger, you were silenced, you were hushed, and probably called disrespectful. You're not that child anymore. Some of you could have a stutter, and for some of you that stems from trauma. For some of you, you have nervous system tics, and that's okay. You're being called to breathe through these moments you have. Those times where you just, you just want to scream, you just want to yell, or you just feel so stifled, just waiting to break through, waiting to be free. Allow spirit to show you the ways in which you can accomplish this, because it's important. Otherwise, your body is going to store all of that. You're going to be carrying all of that, and you will be living in survival mode. That's not freedom. Freedom is the ability to move your energy up and through your chakra system as needed. One day you're operating from your crown. Another you're operating from your root. It's a feeling of being stuck, collective community, and you do have the power and ability to get yourself unstuck. There's something to do with nighttime also. You could be a night owl or just someone who functions a bit better when the world is a bit more quiet. You have more of your creative ideas, or you feel a bit more invigorated at night. Take a night walk. Go out on the town. Do things that nighttime supports. Some of you may need to look into your moon sign and see what that means for you. What element is it? What modality is it? The moon is, it's your feelings, it's your subconscious, it's your lineage, it's your mother. Look into how these things have affected you, and don't be in denial about it. It's okay. You are safe to explore these things without getting hurt again. You are safe to see how these things are still affecting you in the current moment and in the present, because if they're still affecting you in the present, they're affecting your future as well. You don't have to return to those places and feel like you're just going to get hurt again. You can return to those places with strength and wisdom, that you are safe because you got you. And immerse yourself in that feeling. Immerse yourself not only in divine protection, but in the protection that you provide for yourself. You're not that same person. You're not that same little kid. I'm getting that little dorky kid, or the little nerdy kid, or the so-called weird kid, whatever, however that resonates for you. You can stand up for yourself now. You can do something different now. You're free now, but you do have to allow that. I feel like you have a beautiful voice, whether you're a singer or not. People enjoy your voice, or they enjoy what you have to say. But it's time for you to be that voice for yourself. You could have grown up outside of a child's place, like a lot of us have within our collective community. And it's time for you to be your own source of what you were missing in childhood. I'm going to plant your messages here. I am genuinely always wishing you all well in accordance with your highest good. Don't shoot the messenger. My ancestors will take care of you if you do. And I don't mean nurture you or give you a hug. Something about church hugs. Maybe you were forced to show affection when you didn't want to as a child at church or at family functions, whatever the case may be. Embrace your autonomy. You get to say no. You don't want to be touched? Don't touch me. You know, you can do your inner child justice when you show up as your present self and you enforce what it is you couldn't enforce for yourself when you were young and impressionable and innocent and just incapable. You weren't at an age of accountability, although people around you made it out to be that way. So, yeah, stand up for yourself. I'm hearing Lively Up Yourself by Bob Marley. It says, don't be no drag. You don't got to be a drag just because people dragged you, okay? Until next time in divine time. Peace. Hi. If you felt guided to pick deck number 3, these messages are for you. Spirit of all that is pure, true, and divine, what are the messages for this deck? I'm always wishing y'all well. I hope you're doing well. Okay. One more, please, Spirit. All right, I asked for one more and I got 2 more. So you may need to watch our most recent gratitude message because it was said in there that it just keeps happening. I asked for one more and I get 2 more. So you could be getting double your portion at this time, collective community. You could be getting more bang for your buck or 2-for-1 specials, 2-for-1 deals, extra foods, extra goodies when you go out, things like that. You're in a very lucky energy, it seems. Your first card out says, I respect the property of others. And I feel like that directly goes with the next one where it says, I can be trusted. So I feel like you're being entrusted with something, collective community, maybe a key to someone's home. I'm hearing a key to the city or some sort of significant offering that requires great trust, requires great responsibility. Someone deems you worthy to have access to something. We have I am forgiving. We have I create harmony. I give blessings. And I do good. I'll definitely hold them up for longer as I dig into the energies for you. Definitely seeing a lot of green. Collective community, if you're here for this specific message of deck number 3, you did your hard work, so give yourself some credit. It's not easy. Heart work is the hard work. Something you shared with someone or will be sharing with someone requires trust. Maybe you're borrowing something or, like I said, having access to something. The person giving it to you could always wear a watch or a bracelet. They feel like they can trust you. They feel like you deserve whatever this is. They could have failed to help you in the past or failed to support you in the past. So you've been in a mode of forgiveness. It doesn't even necessarily have to be for this person or other people outside of yourself. You could have forgiven yourself for the ways in which maybe you failed you. But wherever you go, I'm getting you create harmony. I feel like you just bring peace with you. I feel like you have a very calm aura, a very calm energy. And where you are, peace follows. It could be that the divine planted you in places where there was discord and you were somehow the source of harmony and balance. I feel like that was a difficult load for you to carry because you always felt responsible for maintaining the peace. That's definitely not your responsibility, and that can be very burdensome. But what I am getting is that if you have a gift, you should use it. You may need to find a more functional way to utilize this gift of being able to bring peace, of being the peacemaker, or whatever the case may be. You have that gift. It's like you are a walking heart. You're a walking heart chakra. Something about the planetary alignments, maybe your synastry with someone is just very favorable. I feel like you're coming across someone, if you haven't already, where you really get each other. It just really makes a lot of sense. Seeing the butterflies on this card. Someone could give you butterflies or you give them butterflies, but I'm just getting a constant sense of transformation and change when it comes to you. It's like if someone was to drop out of your life and come back a few months later, they really would have to get to know you all over again. I feel like you have been very focused on doing good, whatever it may be, what you're working on, how you treat people. Some of you have been doing charity work or volunteering, investing your time and resources into others, where you have more than enough, you're sharing, and someone sees that about you and they want to reciprocate. It wasn't easy. Again, the hard work is the hard work. You see that tear? Some of you could have been having issues with your lymph nodes or infections or getting sick, or, I feel like you were having some ascension symptoms. As within, so without, y'all. Sometimes what's going on physically is a perfect indicator of what's going on spiritually. More tears. I'm just noticing that. It's been difficult to, fireworks, confirmation. You had a lot of jarring moments in your life, I feel like. You really had to learn to be softer with yourself because you've been mishandled, collective community. And you've gotten to a point where you show up for you better than anyone else. Something about the rose that has grown from concrete, you just did not have a very easy start. I'm hearing humble beginnings. It's not a badge of honor you need to wear anymore. You see, she's bare. And so is she. It seems like you finally embrace the fact that you are a spiritual being before you're anything else. Before you are a man, woman, child, sister, wife, husband, brother, whatever, employee, you're a spiritual being. And I'm hearing you require reverence. I feel like you've been mistreated so much that people on the outside looking in felt like that was just your pattern. That was just the life you were supposed to be living. Well, someone in this energy has always seen the exact opposite. Someone who has witnessed your transformations, your growth, whatever the case may be, whatever level of access they've had, however they've been watching you, they feel you're worthy of whatever this is. And for some of y'all, it has to do with a ring. I just am noticing how she's looking at her hand. For some of you, the key that I mentioned is the key to someone's heart. Someone takes commitment very seriously. And it's not as if they've just gone around committing to any and everyone. They could have been in a player energy, not going around just hurting anyone or being irresponsible, but just feeling like I'm hearing, who can I run to fill this empty space? I feel like someone needed a source to give to. Someone needed an aligned energy to pour into. For some of you, someone needed an energy to make their house a home. It has to do with you making things better wherever you go. You make things better wherever you go. You add, you're a multiplier. I'm hearing You Make Me Better by Neo and Fabulous. I love those lyrics because it's so true. He says, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. You're both whole if this is resonating as you and another person. There's just this very peaceful energy that always surrounds you. You're just not someone who does too much arguing. You're looking for a solution rather than adding to the problem. You don't like to do a bunch of fussing back and forth. You're very accepting of whatever circumstances you're presented with because you have a deep understanding and embodiment of the serenity prayer. Whatever you can't control, you don't focus too much on. Whatever has to do with things you know you cannot change, especially other people, you just leave it where it lies. And I feel like if someone was not already like this, you have inspired them to embody more of that energy too. Now they can meet you where you are. Maybe they couldn't before. Again, I said someone may have failed you in the past or maybe even done you a little dirty. Some sort of situation that required forgiveness. Again, for self first. But it seems like the planets are aligning for something to come together. I'm hearing this is prime time for our love, Miguel and Janelle Monáe. Some of you are also very sacrificing. Not because you're the martyr, but because you feel like if something needs to get done, you'll do it. You know you have the strength of the divine backing you. So why would you be afraid of a little sacrifice? You're willing to spill tears, sweat, and blood for the greater good, the highest good of all involved. Especially when it comes to yourself. You do put yourself first, but you're also a team player. You can be trusted. And you know what? This is something that's kind of few and far between when it comes to interpersonal relationships. So someone sees that in you. I feel like they always have. They just couldn't really meet you where they were. Maybe they didn't have the resources to share with you that they wanted to. I feel like they always saw you as worthy and aligned. They just needed to get their ducks in a row. And I feel like now you all are somehow ready to come together. Someone really loves how you take care of yourself. I'm getting the energy of sitting at your vanity and just tending to your face and your skin, your hair, having time and quiet to yourself, especially if there are children involved. Someone could have had visions of what your life could be like together. I feel like they just want you at ease. I'm literally getting like this militant energy that you've been walking in, and someone's just like, at ease, soldier. Matter of fact, pack your stuff. You're going home. Not because you're being fired, but because you've done enough. Someone just feels like you've done enough. They've been watching you, and you give and you give and you give and you give to yourself first. And they love that. It's like, how are you so generous when people have done you so dirty, including them? I feel like. I don't feel like it's payback. I don't feel like they're trying to, I don't feel like this is recompense. I feel like this is just devotion. This is just an offering to someone they view as a goddess. So you could definitely be a divine feminine, whether male or female, man or woman. Again, always put your pronouns where they need to be. You know your life better than I do. Book your personals if need be. But this is a very divine feminine energy where you stop giving everything and started pouring back into yourself. And someone really likes that you have the ability to give it all or to sacrifice it all, but that you have the boundaries set in place to where you won't, especially if you don't deem it worthy or a person worthy. So get ready for someone to gift you something, or get ready for someone to entrust you with something, a secret, or property is also intellectual property. So someone could be sharing some sort of expertise or wisdom or knowledge with you because you can be trusted with it. And whatever it is, you're going to wear it very proudly. I'm hearing Let My Love Adorn You by Miguel. However they show love, I feel like it is in a material sense. They like to spoil. They want you to allow them to do this for you, whatever this is. So, will you? And I don't know. I feel like I'm saying will you like that for a reason. This could be a proposal. It's come up a few times in our collective community messages. But don't you take nothing that's not for you. Okay, you use your intuition to pick this deck. These should serve as confirmation for you, these messages. And yeah, book your personals if you require more detail. But this feels really good. You are in a very, very strong place. And someone wants to gain access to you, not to take from you, but to give to you. They want access to your palace so that they can just be of service. What do you need? What do you want from me? What can I do for you? With no attitude, no, no strings attached if you don't want them, but prepare for someone or something. This could be an establishment. This could be your job entrusting you with more responsibility. Whatever the case may be, you're getting more of something. And it's going to be a lot. I just feel like you're going to just be able to have your pick of the litter. That phrase keeps coming up. So if you feel guided to watch some of the recent collective messages, because a lot of these things have come up in those. But yeah, you have options because you realize that you were always the choice. I know that's right. I'm going to plant your messages here, group 3. Okay. I am genuinely always wishing you all well in accordance with your highest good. Never shoot the messengers because my ancestors will take care of you. All right. Keep moving how you're moving because you're about to see just how much it matters. Until next time in divine time, peace. Hi. If you're here at this moment, you picked deck number 4. So let's see what your messages are. Spirit of all that is pure, true, and divine, what are the messages for this deck? All right. I hope you all are doing well. I am grateful for your presence. Ooh. And so is the divine. I know that's right. Okay, one more. One more. Okay. Does it get any freaking better, collective community? Goodness gracious. Wow. All right, so boom. You've been renewed. Simple as that. You have been renewed and now your life is going to match. Simple. Also, quick side note, some of you have subscriptions renewing. Keep an eye on those. Make sure you're not paying for anything you don't really use, or make sure your money is not getting eaten up where it doesn't have to be. But you're having a breakthrough. You are literally breaking through. Your harvest is breaking through the soil. The plants coming from the seeds that you have sown, you have watered them, and they are not only sprouting, but they're about to bloom and be able to feed you and those around you. You had faith. You gained a new perspective, something that you used to do. You decided to boss up and take control. You said, you know what, if you want something done right, you might have to do it yourself, and you were willing to do that. Something significant about birds' nests. I'm hearing a whole new world. You are embarking on a completely different journey from what maybe you thought you were. And it's in the best of ways. You're starting something new. This is quite literally your new beginning. Something has been prepared for you. You're also leaning more into your creativity. Whatever you do that is rooted in your creativity, your sacral chakra is, I'm hearing, blooming. You took all the necessary steps, and success would not be here if those steps were, wow, I can't even really get my words out, y'all. Collective community, you may be speechless when this happens. A lot of people were telling you you had your head in the clouds, or maybe you were thinking too big, or just speaking fear and scarcity over your plans. And I feel like you're so divinely protected. Every word just instantly fell and was transmuted into more water, more nutrients, more sunlight to grow you and to grow your life. Something about sustainability, you've learned to really be a lot more mindful with your energy. Like I said about the money, that's an extension of your energy. That's energy. Your time, your emotions, your care, your love, your attention. You're in sustainability mode. It's like your vehicle, your body, your vessel is in eco mode. Not because you're freaking out about having to pay for gas and you're in survival mode and you just don't know that you have it to give, but because you just don't see the point in wasting it. You don't see the point in using more than you need to. And that's why your life is blooming the way that it is. Because it was never effort that you weren't willing to give. It was effort that you weren't willing to waste. You're the boss of your life. You have authority over your body, over your mind, over your heart, over your spirit. I feel like a lot of you have been calling these things out verbally, casting out these entities and principalities that have tried to somehow be the captain of your ship. It doesn't work that way. I feel like you went out and you foraged and you gathered, you gained the wisdom, you gained the experience, and now you have all that you need on the inside. And Spirit is about to make sure you have all the materials you need physically. It's giving tangible resources. If this is resonating so far, you may need to go on my TikTok and look for, you're going to have to scroll a bit, but look for the series where I was speaking about tangible resources. It was the Mr. and Mrs. Smith series. When you do your inner work, the divine has to provide the necessary resources for you to continue to do the work. You have been entrusted with this. If this is resonating, maybe you need to watch group 3 as well, because I spoke about you being entrusted with something. It has to do with the fact that you know what to do. The divine knows that you got it. The divine doesn't have to worry about you and blessing you because they know what you're going to do with it. You're going to take care of you and yours, and you're simply going to share it. This is for those of you where if you get gifts, you're automatically wanting to give one back. Whenever you feel blessed, you're automatically thinking about how you can bless others. And you were thinking about that before you even received your blessings. Spirit is about to deliver you something that's meant just for you. You deserve something that is just for you. This could be a home. This could be a store. This could be a business. This could be a relationship, or all of the above. Having an abundant mindset and heart space means you can have it all. I'm hearing you can have whatever you like. I get a very graceful energy from you, collective community. If you utilized your intuition to pick this deck, it's because you know this about yourself intuitively. But now you're about to be obviously shown why you are more than worthy and deserving of these blessings. You move about with a lot of poise. When you've been presented with challenges through people or through places or things or circumstances, just overall, you tend to always show up with grace and poise, even in your hardest of moments, even with the most difficulty. You seem to just be a person who is able to handle it. I've said recently, and again, keep your post notifications on because these messages tend to connect like Easter eggs in the Marvel universe. You were tasked with carrying a lot of pain, and it was to showcase your capacity. You are more than capable of handling all of this beauty, all of this success, all of this renewal and responsibility because you've proven that. And I don't want it to come across as if the divine was just causing you pain just because you were being tested. You weren't being tested, you were being trained. Mm. You were being trained for this position. You are in the position of authority, or you will be. There is a completely new beginning here. You have renewal, new life, and beginning. You have authority and success. So not only have you been renewed, not only have you chosen a new life, you're having a new beginning overall. You can start again. Not only do you have authority, you are successful in that place of authority. You know how many people are in a place of authority and are not successful, are not good at it? Something is going to be illuminated to you, collective community, about just how much you bring to the table. I just feel like you don't know. Allow this to be confirmation for you, but you will receive more of it from other people, other places, and other things. I'm hearing you are a world-class act. I just feel like there is maybe one or two of you per however many people. You are just a very rare find. And the divine knew that. You are chosen. Angel number 144 could be significant for you. You are willing to climb to the mountain by yourself, knowing that you're going to have to climb right back down in order to climb another one. Some of you could enjoy Lauryn Hill's music, or you recently saw her speech. I recently saw a clip of her that I've seen before where she was talking about success in that manner, where a lot of people think that you just climb to the top of the mountain and, you know, you're asking God or the universe to show you off, or to be used for the glorious things. And she said sometimes you have to be humiliated, and you don't climb that mountain without having to climb back down so that you can climb to the top of another one. Your success doesn't stop, collective community. You've never stopped progressing. You've never stopped improving upon yourself. And that's why you are about to be aligned with endless blessings. Not only this, I feel like some of you, your sense of home has been renewed. What you thought home was, what you want home to be, what home has become. You're going to have more places that you can return to because you finally understand that you are your home. You can always return to self. You can always return to the divine. You have just blossomed and bloomed so beautifully. And it's all being reflected back to you. Some of you will be taking a flight because the clouds, they do look like the view from an airplane. Some of you may have a new beginning or a new life somewhere else. It could be somewhere that's kind of a rural area. Some of you could be acquiring or establishing land. I'm hearing homestead, farms, just being surrounded by nature, being surrounded by animals. Some of you may already have things like bird feeders and bird baths. You have a heart for life. Whether it's people, animals, plants, you have a heart for life. You have a heart for living beings. And when you healed and decided to apply all of that to yourself, the divine said, they're ready. They're ready. You're being challenged frequently. People are trying to pull you out of your character. They're trying to challenge your power and authority, trying to overstep you and undermine you. It's because energetically, they know what's up. They know what's up. See, the thing about being used by God or spirit is you have to be seen. Just because you move with discretion and privacy doesn't mean that other people can't pick up on what you got going on. They want a piece. And if they can't have a piece, they don't want you to have any. They're going to try to pull you into places where you can't escape. They're trying to pull you into places where they're framing you and setting you up so that you won't be aligned with these blessings anymore. But they don't know that it's not on you, it's in you. There is absolutely nothing coming in that they can take from you. And the more they attempt it, the more they bury themselves. I'm telling you, every time they think they're throwing dirt on you, more dirt is being pulled from their grave. And they're going to have to lie in it. It's a situation where there is a lot of jealousy. There is a lot of envy. But none of that energy came out because that's not where your mind or heart is. And that's exactly why you are where you are and you will be where you are going. where you're being delivered to, where you're being chauffeured to. Some of y'all are getting flued out. Some of you are going on all expenses paid vacations. Some of you are landing jobs where they pay for everything. They pay for your relocation. They pay for your equipment. You're being treated as royalty. And it's not because you're just some smug, prideful, arrogant person. It's because you've shown up and you've shown out. You deserve these things because you're not humble. You're grateful. You know where you came from and you know what you did to climb out of there. You know what you had to do to become better so that you could have better. And the best part about you is collective community. You didn't do it with any other motive or motivation other than just being better. You didn't say, oh, I need to improve myself so I can get XYZ, or I got to do this so that ABC can happen. You just felt like you got sick of not being your best. You are always trying to be your best. And that is why you are a perfect fit for what's coming in for you. So claim it. Get excited. Celebrate in advance. Do what you need to do. Rest. Continue to throw out old stuff. Continue to pack up old stuff. Continue to remove things and refresh things. This retrograde is going to serve you well with this energy. I love this for you. And you're so into yourself and your growth, you don't even really see this coming. It's like you sense that good things are happening and that you're being blessed, but it's because you feel blessed every day. If you see a pretty bird, you feel blessed. If you come across a coupon, you feel blessed. If you receive or give a compliment, you feel blessed. Share a laugh, share a cuddle, a hug, a kiss, you feel blessed. So you don't even see just how expansive this renewal has been. You don't even see how grand your new life is going to be. And that's because you're always off in la la land contemplating how you can continue to improve yourself. Well, guess what? Success is here for you, collective community. I'm going to plant your messages here. I am genuinely always wishing you all well in accordance with your highest good. Never shoot the messenger because my ancestors will take care of you. Continue to do what you're doing. Know that these things are happening. Claim them in advance. Give thanks in advance. And just know that you're really them. Like you're really him, her, however it applies. Okay? And it's because you did the hard thing. And the hard thing was to face everything and to keep moving forward. All those little steps you took are adding up. And I'm hearing every little step I take, you will be there. Not you about to be attached at the hip with somebody. Yeah, you may definitely need to listen to group 3. But in any sense, until next time, in divine time, peace.